Hey, morning show coming from my car because mom life won, as it always does. Mom life always wins. And right now, because I moved into my own house, I live 30 minutes from my kids' school, so I drive an hour every morning to get my kids to school and get back to my office. And today I dropped my daughter off, and she was like, oh my gosh, my eczema is so bad. And so I drove all the way back home, got her eczema cream, drove all the way back here, and now I'm in front of their school taking just a beat because I've been driving for an hour and a half. And I was just thinking, you know what? It was perfectly timed that I didn't have anyone booked for the morning show today because this needed to happen. Which brings me to this beautiful parable that this amazing man, Paul, I don't know his last name. I'm so sad I don't know his last name. I met him at Genius Network this past weekend. Y'all know that Genius Network is like my favorite community. I just feel so at home there and so loved by these people, and they're just all freaking amazing humans. So this guy, Paul, he doesn't know me. He comes up and he says, I feel inspired to tell you this parable. So I'm going to tell it to you guys because it's just here. It's here because it's kind of how today went. Like, no one was signed up for the morning show, and then it was perfectly timed because I ended up having to do like these 2 hours of driving today. So I'm going to tell you the parable because I think that it will land well for you as it landed really well for me. So the parable is of this radish farmer and his son. And they have this radish farm. And they do well enough. They have enough food and they have a house, but they don't have a lot. And one day, their one horse that plows the radish farm for them, runs away. And the son comes to the dad and he says, we're going to lose everything. Our horse ran away. We're going to lose everything. What are we going to do? And everything is lost. And the dad just said, maybe everything's lost. Maybe. And then the next day, the horse comes back with 3 more horses. And the son goes to his dad and says, oh, everything's working out for us. The horse brought 3 more horses. That means I can farm more. We can expand our farm. We're going to do so much better. Like, this is it. Like, everything is working out. And the dad says, maybe. Then the next day, the boy is farming with the new horses, and one of the horses breaks the man's leg, the son's leg. And the son goes to his dad. He's like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? Like, everything was working out, and now my leg is broken. I can't plow the farm. Like, we're going to lose it. And the dad just says, maybe. And the next day, the army comes in, and they draft every single young man to go to war. Except that this young man, his leg was broken. So he couldn't go. And he was saved. So the parable is this. And my heart is so soft today. So the parable is this. That some days are going to feel like everything is working for you. And some days it's going to feel like everything is against you. But if you can lean into the belief that everything is actually always working for you, that your trauma was for you, that your successes are for you, that your heartache is for you, that divine love is for you, that everything is working for you if you choose to see it that way, if you choose to have an open heart and receive it. So that is the message that is loud in my heart today. Because this is it right now in my life, right? Like, some days everything is just like smooth, and some days are the hardest days of my life because I'm in the biggest transition I've ever been in. And I choose to see that every piece is for my good. Every piece is always working out for us if we choose to see it. What we seek, we will find. What we seek, we will find. So, thank you guys for all your love. I didn't mean to come in here and cry. That was not on the plans. So, I've been praying for 5 months to find a lawyer for Freedom House so we could have epic book deals. Because if you guys listened to my podcast with Evan, he just throws my book deal contract under the bus. Like he's like, this was the worst book deal I've ever seen. Because guys, like book deals, like contracts is not where I win. Like contracts are not my magic. Are you kidding me? Like I channel people's books. I like clear people's shit out. Contracts is not where I am successful. So after I gave Evan the book deal, he said, we need a lawyer. Like you need to find someone to write a good book deal. So normally when I ask my angels to find me someone in my business, it just comes right in. It's like super easy. 5 months. I've been like, angels, like, what are you doing? Why is this taking you so long? And I tried to work with some. It just wasn't the fit. I'm just not your average human. So to work with me on contracts, you're going to have to like play in my lingo. My contracts are not going to be boring as hell contracts. My contracts are going to be magical. This is what I like to play in. So I need a lawyer who's going to want to work with my magic. So I just got off the phone with the most magical lawyer. And she hears me, sees me, understands what I'm doing, is a holy hell yes to put all of my magic inside a very professional contract. And that just feels so good. Like, oh my gosh, yay, it happened. So I'm sharing this with you guys because sometimes you might be asking your spiritual team to bring in answers and solutions and the right people and the right fit. And it might feel like it's not working, but it's just because like the right person isn't there yet and is coming. And the right thing isn't there yet, but it's coming. So I'm just celebrating that today the magical lawyer showed up into my life so I can create magical book contracts for all the authors and book deals that we're going to create. I mean, it's just magic. So things get to be hard and things get to be good all at the same time. It's the paradox of being alive, of being fully alive. If you're not having both, then you're numbed out. And let's clear that out so we can wake up your fire, because your fire is what's going to change the world. Your fire is what's going to light you up. So what is the message today? Other than just a lot of different pieces coming in. 1, focus that everything is working out for you, that everything is for you. And what you seek, you will find. Where you put your focus, more will come to you. And continue to work with your spiritual team, because they will bring you the peace to your work, the person to your life. All of the things will be brought to you under grace and in perfect ways. So choose joy. Yes, Christy, choose joy. All right. I got to make it home in 25 minutes because I'm doing a podcast with one of our beautiful Freedom House authors, Randa Stratton-Detcher. And then I have another podcast today with another author. So big things happening in the midst of all the hard. Just send you all so much love. And tomorrow, I do have a guest. So we'll be doing some channeling. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. If you loved this video, then I invite you to come over with me right here and watch a few more of my book channeling sessions. Join me as I sit with authors and we channel through books that are here to transform humanity. I think you're going to love them.